everybody. Welcome to 2021 in review. It's now 2022, and I'm having a really hard time processing that 2020 is over, let alone 2021. But anyway, I'm going to review my year of 2021 because a lot happened, and I think it deserves to be recognized. Now, this is mostly for me in the future when looking back and being like, what did I do in 2021? Did I actually do anything? Because I did a lot. But you know how time is. It's not real. It's fake. Time is fake. Time is a construct, and you cannot convince me otherwise. In January, I went to Tucson, Arizona to check out the University of Arizona because I thought I might be going to school there. I give that experience a 10 out of 10, mostly because we went to Saguaro National Park, and that place is beautiful. In February, I quit my job. I quit because of a disagreement with management and also because I wanted to focus on my schoolwork and it just wasn't working out. So 3 out of 10 for the experience, but 10 out of 10 for the decision. It was the right decision to make. In March, I went to Palm Springs with my family. It was supposed to be for my brother's spring break, but he didn't come, so I went instead. I give it a 7 out of 10 because it was my midterms week, which was a little bit challenging. I also went to Seattle to visit the University of Washington. I give that experience a 10 out of 10 because I love that city and it's a beautiful campus and I had a really good time with my dad. March was also the month that my brother went off on a bike trip across the United States of America. I give that experience a 4 out of 10, but he might disagree because I think he had a good time. The reason I'm giving it a 4 out of 10 is because he got hit by a car before he made it all the way across, which was really disappointing and also kind of scary. In April, I turned 23, which I give a 5 out of 10 because I have a really hard time with birthdays, especially my own. In May, I graduated from Sierra Community College with an AA in psychology and in English. I give that a 10 out of 10, mostly because I'm really proud of myself. In May, I also got vaccinated, which I give an 8 out of 10 because I hate needles and I had to do it twice. So that just takes off a point every single time. It was totally worth it though, even if I was completely knocked out after the second one. I fell asleep for about 24 hours after the second one, but it was totally worth it. And if I can do it, almost anyone else can. In June, I went camping with my family for the first time in a while, and also what would have probably been the last time for a while, which I give a 10 out of 10. I also saw George for the first time in a while, which I give a 10 out of 10. After seeing George, I got in a car accident, which I give a 0 out of 10. I am still anxious when I drive now. I have a really hard time with it. I haven't fully recovered from the mental aspect of it, so 0 out of 10. Would not recommend. In July, I broke up with my partner, which I give a 2 out of 10. It hurt, it was very difficult, but it was for the best. That's all I have to say on that. I also went to Newport with my family. I was no longer working, so I didn't have any obligations to be anywhere. Classes were all online, so when my family was like, hey, let's go visit this place, I said yes, so that's why I traveled so much. In Newport, I give a 10 out of 10. We went during the 4th of July, we saw fireworks over the ocean, and we saw dolphins, so 10 out of 10. I also dog sat a puppy, which I give a 9 out of 10, because Ollie was very, very, very cute, but he peed on me a little too much. And I was so tired at the end of it. In August, I learned how to sew officially. I went to a learn about your machine class and I learned how to operate my machine and how to take care of it. I give that a 7 out of 10. It was very intimidating, but I had a good time and I haven't really sewn since. Oops. Sorry. I also moved to Arizona to go to the University of Arizona. I'm here all by myself and I've started a new university and it's terrifying. I give that experience a 6 out of 10 for the sheer anxiety of it, but a 10 out of 10 for new beginnings. We're being hopeful here. In September, I made myself some good food. I cooked for myself. I give that an 8 out of 10, only because I was eating the same thing for about 2 weeks because I don't eat large portion sizes and the recipe made a lot of portions. In October, I became comfortable with my roommates. It took a while. I give it 10 out of 10. They're nice people. I'm very lucky with all of my roommates up until this point. I've been immensely lucky, and I am super grateful for that. In November, I went to my first college party only because it was held in my apartment. I gave it a 10 out of 10. It was a good experience, and it was fun to pretend to be an extrovert for about 3 hours before I was utterly exhausted and went to bed. I also have to thank my brother Morgan for training me on how to sleep through a whole lot of noise. I went to Sedona to visit my family over Thanksgiving break. I give that a 10 out of 10. Sedona is a beautiful place, and I really missed my family. In December, I finished my first term at a new university with straight A's. I give that a 10 out of 10. I'm super proud of myself. I made it this far. I did a really good job. I'm a little bit anxious for next term because the first time at college at Cornish didn't really go so well, but I think it's mostly my mental state, and I feel like I've grown as a person since then, so I'm anxious, but I feel like I can do it. In December, I also went home to see my family. 10 out of 10. I don't know if you've picked up on this, but I've reached the point where I don't know if I'm homesick or I'm just older now, but I legitimately miss my family, like a lot. I saw my friends. We had we had a Christmas together. That was super cool. 10 out of 10. And also, as you're watching this, I am on a road trip with my friend George. I don't know how it's going yet because I haven't started it yet, but I give it a 10 out of 10 because we have good adventures together. So overall, I've done the math. Out of 260 points, thank you, Kat, for choosing out of 10, because if you had chosen a different number, this would have been a whole lot more complicated. Out of 260 points, the year 2021 received 209 points, which is a solid 80%. Not as good as my grades. Humble brag. But still passing. That was a very good year for me. There were some ups, there were some downs. Anxiety got in the way of a lot of things this year, and there were some things that happened that I maybe wish didn't happen. But overall, it was a very good year, and I just want to say thank you to everybody who helped it become that great, to all my family and all my friends, and also to me, because I did that for myself. Congratulations, and also thank you. I'm learning self-gratitude, guys. It's a long journey. Let me know how your 2021 year went down below, and I will see you guys next time. Bye!